we go. This is the Town of Lake Park, Florida regular commission meeting for Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. The time is now 6:30 p.m. Can we please have the clerk take the roll call?
Commissioner Linden? Here. Commissioner O'Rourke?
Here.
Commissioner Thomas?
Present.
Vice Mayor Hensley?
Here.
Mayor Mashat?
Here. Can we please all rise for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, please be seated. Today, we will start our meeting off with special presentation and report with two proclamations.
Excuse me?
Oh, thank you very much. We will restart this meeting with the approval of the agenda. Now, if you have any items that you wish to remove, please do say so now, or any reorganizing of the agenda. If nothing said forward, I will entertain a motion.
Yes. I just wanted to pull item number 5 just for discussion.
Okay, item number 5. That's the only one?
Okay. And again, this is only for discussion so that it's public records, okay? We discussed at length, so I'm going to ask that item number 8, 9, and 12 be pulled.
Okay. Let it be for the record that items number 5, 8, 9, and 12 have been pulled from consent. The remainder of the items will remain on consent. And if there are no other, yes, sir, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Can we also pull item, if we're going to pull 8, 9, and 11 for discussion?
Well, we're pulling 8, 9, and
12?
And 12, and 5.
You know what? I was going to pull 11 just because it's the same discussion, but I'll let it go. We'll never mind.
You can.
Yeah. I think it's a healthy discussion to have.
No worries.
So,
We
yeah.
can pull 11.
Okay, so again, for the record, items number 5, 8, 9, 11, and 12 have been pulled from consent. Remaining on the consent is 3, 4, 6, 7, and 10. Any other, Commissioner O'Rourke?
I would ask to pull item 6.
Okay, so item 6 in addition will be pulled from consent. 3, 4, 7, and 10 will remain. And if there are no other requests or reorganization, I will entertain a motion.
There's none left.
Yeah,
I'll make the motion to
very
move.
much understood.
I make a motion to approve the agenda with items 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12 modifications.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll be glad to second that.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Okay, the approval of the agenda passes. Now, going back to what I originally started, under special presentation and report, we have two proclamations. One for Ms. Bambi McGibbon Turner upon her retirement, and the other proclamation for Feeding South Florida Hunger Action Month for the month of September 2025. So if I may have Ms. Turner, please come up to the front. Thank you. How are you doing this evening? I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Obviously, you know why we are here. This is for you on your greatest day. Is your day to make new waves for yourself, as well as a new path and new enlightenments and new memories. So I just want to say first off, before I read this, I greatly appreciate who you are, how you've been to this lovely house we live in as a family and do business, and how you've affected the staff as a whole. So here's to you. I applaud you. I commend you. And I'm very honored to be the one to read this on your behalf. So, without further ado, a proclamation in honor of Bambi McGibbon Turner. Whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner commenced her employment with the town of Lake Park on June 4th, 2021, as executive assistant to the town manager, and whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner was promoted to personnel director, which later became human resources director. Got a little echo? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll recite that one again. Whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner was promoted to personnel director, which later became human resources director in 2004. Whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner was promoted to human resources director, assistant town manager in 2017, a role she excelled at until her retirement on July 31st of this year, 2025. And whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner was selected by the Town Commission to serve as an acting town manager and interim town manager on multiple occasions during her career with the town, and whereas throughout her 24-year tenure with the town of Lake Park, Ms. McGibbon Turner always demonstrated herself to be a consummate professional with an unwavering dedication to the Town Commission, staff, our residents, business, and stakeholders. And whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner is held in the highest regard by her colleagues within the entire staff of the town of Lake Park, respected her for her insight, understanding, and her even-handed guidance. And whereas Bambi McGibbon Turner will always be a member of the town of Lake Park family, and whereas the town of Lake Park wishes to publicly recognize Bambi McGibbon Turner for her 24 years of service to the town and our residents. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Commission of the Town of Lake Park, I, Roger Mashad, the Mayor of the Town of Lake Park, do hereby publicly recognize and commend Bambi McGibbon Turner for her dedication and service to the Town of Lake Park. Congratulations. It's only fair that everybody is down for this picture. So please, everybody,
All right.
I will give this to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We will have the rest.
You getting in the picture? It's Michael's trying to move. Come on back over.
Well, he can actually stand up there.
Oh, all right, I'll stand here.
Unless she has a dance pose.
I would like to just say this. The past 24 years have worked for the town of Lake Park has been a pleasure. I've gotten to know some very, very special people in the community and among the staff, some who are still on staff and some who are no longer here. But I just want to have all of my peeps in the audience, my work family, come up here and have
Oh, that's, yeah, very nice, yeah.
You can take it for, you can take it for.
Vivian?
Yes.
Vivian, gotta do it.
That's right. Uh-huh. Get out of it.
Yeah, it's like we kind of ducked out.
Yeah, we gotta duck just a little bit.
Okay. Do we have representatives here for our Hunger Action Month? Do we have our representatives here for Hunger Action Month? No? Okay. Well, then I guess we will. Okay. Next, we have public comment. I have 1, 2, 3, and 1 on the way. Public comment cards. I will start. Let me make sure that we have. Okay, most of these are for non-agenda items, so I will begin with Mr. Michael Steinhauer.
You each have a written copy of my testimony. I'll be following it very precisely. Michael Steinhauer, 435 Greenbrier Drive. You may recall my recent concern about public and personal safety of town elected representatives. It followed gun violence in Minnesota, where legislators were murdered. I care about your well-being because we are all best served when you are whole. Similarly, I have been reflecting on the Marina matter and what challenges you have striving to do the right thing. I imagine there will be business and legal processes to endure. I am empathetic and wonder what is the key ingredient needed to achieve doing the right thing. I feel like you leaders are principled, powered leaders. We elect representatives not only to pass local ordinances and direct the town, but to embody the values we wish to see in public life. Your moral character matters just as much as your political skill. Moral character builds trust between the people and their government. Without trust, democracy weakens. A mayor and commissioners with integrity, honesty, and compassion will always make decisions that serve the common good. Your courage to stand up for what is right, especially when it's hard, like cleaning up the mess of previous town administrations have put us in, sets the tone for ethical local government. The challenges to you are real. Political pressure and big money can tempt even well intentioned leaders. Your struggle today is between unacceptable contractual agreements and public protection. And yet, it is precisely in these moments of difficulty that true moral character is revealed. As a partner, Lake Park residents also play a vital role. We must elect leaders not just for their promises, but for their principles, to demand transparency and accountability, and then to clearly voice our own concerns, resident concerns, are the safeguards of ethical governance. The quality of our leaders reflects the choices we make at the ballot box. Today, I feel like we elected the right group, and we now have a town manager who is balanced and embraces resident engagement. The strength of Lake Park is not measured only by its small-town beauty and population diversity, but by the character of those who lead it. I believe we've chosen the right people who carry not only authority, but conscience. Arm yourself with this knowledge to go forward and do the public good. Please let us know if we can help. Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Katia Zeskova.
Katya Zhestkova, 1018 7th Street. And I want to thank you for your service. And I have a very quick question. I stand here deeply concerned about forest development handling of the groundwater at the high-rise site. They have struck groundwater in their lift station excavation, and they're pumping it directly to Intercoastal. And it's not just construction water, as I understand, this is our town groundwater. My question is, where are the engineering and hydrological reports? Do we know why there is so much water? Do we know how they're pumping it? Is there a problem with construction? I mean, I would really ask you if you guys are aware of this situation. I'm sure that you are aware of the situation, but is there an engineering report on that? Because lowering groundwater levels can weaken soil, and it can put in danger all the buildings, destabilize the buildings nearby. It's actually very dangerous to lower groundwater levels for the town. So I would really be interested to see any kind of, I mean, I'm no expert, of course, but that would be a great question for residents to ask if there is actually engineering report and who is overseeing the construction. Do we know even how many gallons they're pumping every day? I heard from people who live in condos that they hear pumping day and night. So it would be very important, I think. I don't know who is planning department or building department, who is responsible for actually overseeing it. So that's my question. And with Marina, I wanted to share with you that it was a pleasure being at the last two meetings. We saw true leadership and we saw character. And I think that's extremely important for all of us to see. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rafael Moscoso.
Good evening. I'm going to try to make this really brief because I'm here at the risk of sleeping in the doghouse. Today's my wife's birthday, and and yet here I am. Okay, but I'm here to challenge your own words. Okay, there will not, and despite the fact that I understand that, thank you, Mr. Steinhauer, that some of the items have already been removed from consent agenda for further discussion. Nonetheless, I'd like to go forward. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a commissioner or person so requests. And so I, being a person, so request. Now what do you do? Okay? It's in writing. You guys spelled it out. I didn't. I'm a person, and I'm requesting. What do you do? Okay? And not only am I requesting that items 8, 9, and 12 be removed for further discussion. I'm suggesting that items 8, 9, and 12 be postponed till the next commission meeting as to when someone from the department, not the, no disrespect to the head, Mr. Jamie, but, you know, I'd like the answer from the mechanics, okay? When we're discussing the replacement of a grabber arm and fingers, okay? We're talking of the physical grabber arm and physicals and everything that's attached to it. This is a mechanical object, okay? The mechanical object, you're replacing the whole thing, the physical and the mechanical. Where did the physical part go? You're replacing the whole thing. Where did the physical, did we lose it? Did it get hit by a plane? Where is the physical arm and grapple? The mechanical parts can be repaired, replaced, whatever the case may be. So the response to this question cannot come, and again, no disrespect to Mr. Jamie, but it cannot come from the bureaucrat. It has to come from the mechanic. And you do have a foreman, you pay a foreman, so that shop foreman needs to come and explain, not to mention that the shop foreman should actually come and explain what he actually does for a living, because according to your own bills, everything is sent out, okay? So I'm going to go home and get yelled at now. And thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, and happy birthday to you, Mrs. as well. And good luck to you. Pablo Perhax.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. My name is Pablo Perhax, 221 East Calmia Drive, homeowner, taxpayer, voter, and resident. I'm going to ask the commission tonight to do three things, two of which we've discussed, maybe all of which have been discussed. The first is to release the draft of the Kimley-Horn report, which was requested on June 2. That's 2.5 months ago. I'd like to see a copy of it. I'd like to see the commission deal with it. The second, which is related to that draft, it deals with the forest development proposal at 10th and Park. I'd like to see that brought up for a vote. I want to see the waivers denied. As we all know, that the development cannot go forward unless the waivers are granted by a majority on the commission. There are at least 5 reasons I want to see the waivers denied. The first is that the commission and the town will have been treating the Spiritus group equally with the forest development group. The same laws apply to both. Both are in the Park Avenue district. Legally, they conflict with the comprehensive plan. Deny them both. That eliminates Spiritus from bringing a lawsuit for unfair treatment. Forest shouldn't be bringing a lawsuit because they know at the outset that they could not build unless they obtained the waivers from the town commission. Other landowners in the Park Avenue district could not bring a lawsuit, which is contemplated by state law should their development rights in the Park Avenue district be diminished. You eliminate that possibility. You eliminate, by denying the waivers, the potential lawsuits from residents who would say approving that 16-story development contravenes and goes against the comprehensive plan and the development regulations. You eliminate that. One major thing you will accomplish by denying the waivers and putting that project to rest is you will allow what has been requested in writing for years by Attorney Thomas Baird, getting the development regulations and the comprehensive plan and the state law all in this to be consistent. You've got inconsistencies which I don't recommend and wouldn't like to see keep existing out there. The other thing this denial would do, it would give the town a chance to sort through what is going to happen with Senate Bill 180. At the last meeting, Attorney Baird mentioned there was a coalition of cities
Thank you very
I
much, Mr.
want the-
Perhacs.
Yes, I want the commission to vote, donate my tax money, join that coalition, and get that statute's constitutionality decided. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Next, we have the consent agenda, and before we have a motion, Vice Mayor.
Yeah, I actually looked down. I know we were going to talk about a couple of repairs, and I looked down twice and saw 11 to 12, but we had already said 12. I thought 12 or 11. Just caught me off guard. I didn't really want to pull 11. I wanted the 12, and I said you put it on.
Okay, that's fine. When we get to that, you can go ahead and say you have no discussion on that, and then we'll move forward with that with a motion and a vote. And I thank you for telling me that. And on consent, we have items number 3, 4, 7, and 10 that are within consent. I will entertain a motion in a second.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda 3, 4.
7 and 10.
I'll second.
We have a first and we have a second. Any other further discussion? Yes. Commissioner O'Rourke.
Yes. With regard to the item number 4, regular commission meeting minutes, I just want to make a note that during the time that I had to speak, I was there is a civility and decorum policy in our town, and while I was speaking, that was violated, and I don't believe that a member, as the words say in this civility and decorum section policy, it says a member of the public who engages with an individual member of the commission or an advisory board should be discouraged. Those individuals who do so may be removed from the meeting. There was at one point a time when somebody actually blurted out an expletive while I was speaking. And I understand if you disagree with me. I'm not expecting everybody to agree with me. I'm trying to present a position, and that's what this is all about. That person was not called out at that time, and I want to put that on the record. Thank you.
Okay, I thank you for that, and we will assure moving forward that any individual that does do any outbursts we will give our warning as we do such, but if it continues, we will have that person or persons removed. I must also encourage our commission not to react as well, because we are up here organized in business, and I understand sometimes feelings are brought into light on the compassion of the subject, but our first order of business is to govern, and I wish we all do so as we do each and every time we're here. So this goes out to my fellow commissioners as well as to the public. Thank you. With that, we have had any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the consent passes. Now we will go in order of those items that have been pulled out. I thought you said something you want to say, Vice Mayor. First, we have item number 5, Resolution 480825, 2026 Annual Plan of Service for the Town of Lake Park Library. I believe, Commissioner Thomas, you pulled that item,
I did.
so I will begin with you.
Okay, yeah. The purpose of pulling the item is that I really don't know what it's asking us to do. You know, it says that it's a requirement by the state aid to libraries grant. The agenda item didn't ask for a grant. We're not making a request for a grant. There's nothing in the background that says that we've ever received a grant. And so we're having to really lay out a strategic plan annually for what? I mean, are they giving us more access to state libraries? I don't know. But I just didn't understand this whole agenda item, because it says aids to libraries, but it's not saying the purpose. Like, what is the purpose of it? And there is no purpose. So I don't know. And I was just hoping that I would get some understanding or clarity on what it was for.
Town
Yes,
manager.
hopefully I can provide some information. Our library director is out this evening. The annual plan is a requirement, and we've done it for a number of years. We do this every year, and it outlines basically our goals for the year and what we're looking to do for the library and how we're going to interact within our community. With regards to the grant funding, we at this time don't identify grant funding in the annual plan, but it leads to us being able to receive state aid funding, which is provided within our budget on an annual basis. I don't know if Barbara knows off the top of her head how much we've received last year. I think we're expected to receive a similar amount this year that we got last year is what we've been told. We were concerned about that, but Barbara.
Good evening, Barbara Gould, Finance Director. For the fiscal year 25 budget, it was $6,248-ish, which was the state aid to libraries. There are other grants that Judy has gotten in the past. She had gotten a technology grant from the state as well several years ago to bring laptops over to the library. For fiscal year 26, the amount goes up a little bit, just a few $100s, but that grant is always there.
6,000?
6,000. Every little bit helps.
Is that okay? Does that help?
Thank you. Thank you.
All set? Okay, any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Y'all like it? It was part of y'all consent. I just didn't see.
No, it's okay. I'm just, at this point, we're entertaining a motion.
There ain't nobody making a motion.
I'll move to approve the Town of Lake Park 2025 Annual Plan of Service.
I'm okay with it. There's nothing wrong.
Second.
We have first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
The motion passes 4-1. Next, we have item number 6, fiscal year 2025 budget transfer, stormwater improvement project design, and grant application funding for Water Resource Management Associates, Inc., WRMA, for $75,000 from FY 2025 Stormwater Fund, Fund 402, contractual services to professional services. I believe you pulled this item as well, Commissioner Thomas?
No, I think this was mine.
Okay, thank you for clarification. Commissioner Rourke, you may begin.
I asked to pull this because there was already a $75,000 budget transfer made on this, or 75,000 was put into the budget for this year, and now we're doubling that. So, if I'm wrong, and I see you shaking your head, please explain.
So, Commissioner, good afternoon. This is Jamie Morales, Public Works Director. No, you are correct. There are $75,000. The only thing is that they were allocated to the contractual services line item, and we're just moving it from the contractual services line item to the professional services line item for us to execute. That's the transfer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All set, Commissioner Rourke?
I'm done, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
I would just put on the record, I've spoken to the town manager on this, about how we actually track the accounts for the transfer. And what I was meaning, this really has nothing to really do with you, Jamie. It's when we read the backup, and then there's a resolution that was associated with, and the mere fact that we were transferring the monies from the stormwater in order to pay, our contractual agreement for that. I just wanted to make sure that we had a good paper trail. And what I was hoping was that the resolution stated that X amount of dollars were being transferred for, for professional services that were related to that, and that we had the resolution that tracked it.
Okay.
So it was just really a internal housekeeping kind of thing, just so that when we pull up in the future a resolution, we knew where those monies actually went to, as opposed to us having to go back through all the background to find it.
Okay.
So no other discussion than that. Thank you.
Vice Mayor.
Did you have that resolution change?
No, I didn't, because the resolution that was explained to me was for us to agree to the services, okay? And so what I just always want to be transparent in is when our public asks us, how did we pay for it, that we had a resolution that said even though partial payment was coming from a particular account, that it was present. And so we can talk later, I guess, among ourselves and how the town manager and also how finance wants to work it, but I'm used to having resolutions that had the account, that showed where it came and how much was done and what it was being paid for. So that was my discussion with the town manager.
Thank you. Any other questions? Vice Mayor?
I guess my question is, are we going forward, will we do it that route?
So, Commissioner, just to answer your question, we brought this agenda. It was Resolution 38-0725, which was approved by the town commissioner to acquire the consultant to start doing the design work. This agenda just only transfers from one line item to the other line item just to do the commitment with the contractor. That's it.
Thank you.
And this item was already budgeted.
Yes, yes.
That's a good point of statement.
Okay.
Okay. If there are no more questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the transfer of $75,000 from the fiscal year 2025 Stormwater Fund 402 contractual services under 402-528, 402-3400 to fund 402. Those are budget items that we're talking about. Professional services, 402-538, 402-31000 within the Stormwater Fund, which is 402, to support WRMA, Stormwater Improvement Project Design and Grant Application Services.
Thank you, sir. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those
Aye.
opposed? The vote passes unanimously. Next, we have item number 8, emergency equipment purchase, replacement grabber beam and grabber fingers, side loader refuse truck, unit 58, Sunbelt waste equipment for $15,442.74.
Okay.
Commissioner Thomas.
Mayor, I really wanted to bring items 8, 9, and 12 together. And the reasons being is that, just for clarity, we had already talked about these equipment. We had already allocated the funds for these equipment. And now, based on what my understanding is, especially the one for the truck that we had requested back in 2018 that we're getting now, that's what I understand it as, right?
So these are the units that are going to be replaced, but right now where they're in use, but they need to be repaired. So we send them to get assessed to see what the issue was. We got the vendors that identified the 2 issues with these two units. One is the electrical harness, which that's for unit 51, and for unit 58 is the grabber beam and the grabber fingers. This is the clamp truck that we have. In order for us to perform our regular operations, we just currently have one, and that's why we're asking until we could get the new units we have to have that additional unit repair. If not, then we're going to run short on our schedules.
Okay. And to clarify that too, we typically have our sanitation and vegetation that would be picked up on a Monday, and then we would have it, I guess, picked up on Friday, right?
Well, the current pilot program, we have on Mondays, we have regular, and on North, we have the vegetation.
Right.
On Tuesday, we have the vegetations, and then we have Wednesdays, we have bulk, and Thursday, we have specials, and then Friday, we have recycling.
Okay.
And Thursday, regular garbage, which is going to have a change. We're going to present it as we move forward.
Yes.
Because now we're going to adapt after the pilot. Now we've modified the pilot program. We've adjusted certain areas from the pilot program, but based on the citizens' concerns and the calls that we have had, we have made some new changes based on their feedback, and that's where we're going to propose a new schedule.
Well, I wanted to say, Mr. Morales, that we didn't pick it up on Monday on the north end, and I would imagine it's because we're down to one. So it was I was very aware, of it. And I'm just saying that it definitely shows when there's an expectation and then there's no fulfillment for the expectation. So this really actually showed that, and that was really the process that I was going through, was to say that we are in need of it because the day that we would normally have picked up, we weren't able to pick up, which then created a backlog for the other side of town, the south side of town, north and south side, when that happens. So yes, these equipment cost a lot. Yes, when it breaks down, it definitely breaks down. Someone was asking me the other day, well, don't they have any cheap cars nowadays? I'm like, what do you consider cheap cars? I remember when we used to buy cars, and excuse me, I'm dating myself, like it was like $11,000, and that was going to be a really nice car. Now you can't find anything that's above $40,000, right? So, I mean, when we're talking about just starting mid-size car. So I understand that, and I just want to make our, our residents aware that when we're looking at cost and replacement, it's a lot, and equipment just costs a lot. So I just want to say thank you. So you have answered my question for 8, 9, and 12. Okay.
All right, Commissioner Linden.
Is the grabber truck broke down? Is it still functional? Is it using it?
No, we can't use it. It doesn't work. The arm doesn't work. So right now it's in shop.
It's been down for 7 months?
No, Commissioner. This just recently happened. We were using it. We currently was using it, but it broke down on us. So we called the vendor, called a couple of vendors. They assessed the problem. They have it in their shop right now. Now they were just waiting for us to confirm and approve us to move forward and give them a PO for them to buy the part so they could replace the part in the equipment. So the equipment runs, but you can't do nothing with it because it doesn't grab. You can't grab anything. It's a clamp truck.
As I read through this in the supplement material below it, we're replacing the unit itself plus the grabber arms?
Okay, no, the unit is supposedly, this is one
hydraulic unit on the top.
Well, remember, we're talking about a component of this unit, but the unit in general is supposed to be replaced within the units that are going to come in December. This is one of those units. But in the meantime, we're still using it. So you have to make the call whether you continue to provide the services that we're providing our citizens or we stop, don't pick up the bulk or don't pick up the vegetation, and we wait until December that we get the new unit. Are we willing to take that risk, or do we want to invest? Fixing on this one, we have to repair it for us to continue to provide the level of service.
All right, so I understand you correctly. It's inoperable. We can't use it. It's just sitting there. And we have to replace the entire, all the component parts. None of those parts are salvageable for us?
Not for the intention of the unit that we're using. For the purpose of the unit, the arm.
I understand.
Yeah, so.
And the arm has the fingers attached to it.
That's correct.
And here, there's a cost for those fingers also.
It's included.
It's included. So what I'm asking, because we're only going to have it for a short amount of time, do we have to have the arms, or can our personnel take them off and put them on?
No, we don't have that capacity in the shop.
So we don't have the qualified people to do that.
No, we don't have the capacity. We don't have the resources in-house to do so, to change that arm. To buy the arm and change the arm, we don't have that capacity. It's a huge endeavor.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Vice Mayor, you have a question?
Yeah, so the truck is in the shop, and they're just waiting for their check.
They're just waiting for a PO to start doing the work, yes.
All right, I don't have any questions for you, but I do have questions for Barbara. Barbara, just for the record, I just wanted to state, this was, the money that they're asking for was a budget item, or it's already in that budget for Public Works, correct?
There is sufficient money in the budget, in the repairs, for both those purchases that he's making.
And I don't know who wants to answer this, town manager or Barbara, but this is part of Lake Park policy, as it is in any organization. Anything over $10,000 must come back to the commission, even though it's in the budget, to be approved to spend, correct?
Right, we have what's called a procurement policy, and the procurement policy outlines how we spend money. Even though it's been approved in our budget, we still have to follow the procurement policy on how we spend the money that's been approved in the budget. So for example, if this were under $10,000, I would have been able to authorize it as long as we met the requirements of the procurement policy. Because this is over that $10,000 number and it's an emergency purchase, we can go ahead and do that purchase according to the purchasing policy or procurement policy and then bring it to you, or does it require it to come back to the commission? We bring it to you because we want to be transparent. We want to make sure that you and the community are aware that we're purchasing over my threshold or my limit. Anything over a certain limit, we then also have to go out for what's called competitive bidding. So we have to go out for bid, we have to have sealed bids, we have to have it advertised for so long, different things like that. So our purchasing policy is it needs to be updated, but that's the reason why these types of items are brought to you. It's not that we don't have the money in the budget, it's that we just have to follow our purchasing policy, and if we don't, then we're subject to, issues from not following.
And I get
policy.
that the school district has the same policy.
Yeah.
The problem with the school district is the school board members don't have this every single thing, and where it seems like they ask for money because it's a little higher than micromanaging a certain amount. And I agree with you. I think we need to look into the amounts, and that way we won't have 3 agenda items that we need to get done for our residents to be served that they pay their taxes for. So I agree with you. I just want to be transparent and be on the record about it.
Well, I appreciate that. And we are working on updating our procurement policy. In fact, we had a meeting today. The clerk is leading that. That's pretty much the first item of, I guess, the direction of the commission to revise our town code. This is one of the first items that we're looking to bring forward to you. But yes, we definitely do need to be, I think, a little bit more competitive and being able to get work done quicker. And it would be very helpful if we could increase the threshold for the manager and then what would go to competitive bid. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm done. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. Mr. Reed, the reason why the procurement process has built-in delays in it, doesn't it?
It does.
And specifically with these items here, I'm reading the notes here, and I'm just trying to enlighten people as to what's going on. It requires a request for quotations or
yeah, based on various
considerations, yeah.
thresholds, you have to meet certain requirements. Again, all documented, all made sure that we follow the process that's outlined and approved by the commission. So it's not like we're just going out and spending money. We have to follow a process to get to being able to say, yes, we want to do business with somebody.
And that procurement process that we're looking at right here delays this at least 7 days, is that correct?
It probably delayed it longer, and that's
so,
been an issue for
yeah.
us. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you.
I just want to make sure everybody was aware of what's going on.
And the delay in this case, the longer the delay, as Jamie mentioned, it's another $12,000 because it's not just for 1 week.
Right.
We're paying by the month. So if we needed that additional piece of equipment for 32 days, I'm assuming it's a 31-day contract, for 32 days, we pay $24,000 instead of $12,000. So the ability for staff to be able to make these purchases quicker, especially when it's been approved in the budget, will allow us to be able to be more competitive in our pricing, be able to get things done quicker, be more productive, and of course save town dollars further on.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
Could we do a quick fix on this and do where there's an item like this where the money has already been set aside into the budget? Can't we, as part of the procurement process, say if it's already in the budget, can we waive that?
That's one of the things that we're finalizing in our procurement update. It's almost ready to go. We're right there. It also gives you all, as a commission, options for if we're standardizing, using standardized equipment, that we can, look at purchasing those, maybe in opposition or not using the procurement policy. There's also other options by supermajority if there's a need that we can waive the procurement policy and purchase. There's exemptions that are out there for standard sole source type items. So the other thing that we're trying to do in our procurement policy is incorporate the language that's required by FEMA and by the Department of Emergency Management, that during the FROC process, which allows us to receive our emergency management dollars early based on how many points we get, our new procurement policy that we're going to present to you will enhance that ability to score higher and get our procurement dollar or emergency management dollars much sooner than the 2 or 3 years that we're kind of seeing us get those dollars now.
So if I can just follow up on that, the things that you said, we're in hurricane season right now, and if something happens and we don't have the grabber arm, we're in trouble. Is there a process that allows us to do it on an emergency basis?
That's what we're bringing to you now. That's exactly. So it is permitted. I can authorize it. I just want to also make sure that it's brought to you at the same time. That's why Jamie has already submitted it. Otherwise, we really wouldn't have even submitted it to the mechanic. We would have waited for this process to occur and then get approval. We're ahead of the game because of the emergency process. And we probably would have had that second month of payment if Jamie and his staff weren't, Johnny on the spot and trying to get this moving as quickly as he could.
Thank you, Mayor.
Vice Mayor, did you have anything?
I just want to make sure, just for the record, we're not amending the last year budget for extra money, correct?
No, all of these dollars that are in each of the emergency items that are on this agenda are within your current approved budget. There's not an amendment. There's not a transfer. Now, if we have further repairs, something may happen. But at this time, we're operating within our current approved budget.
Jamie, get to December.
And if if there were, we would have included that as part of the backup, and certainly would have had it either as a separate agenda item or as part of the agenda item title for this item or each of the three items, it would have shown that there was a transfer, just like with the RMA item.
Commissioner Linden.
Unless it's a misprint, funding to support this emergency purchase rental is available with the FY 2026 budget. We're not in the 26 budget yet.
That was a typo, and I apologize for that.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
Commissioner Thomas.
Ms. Morales, could you clarify when you say that you don't have the capacity? And I just want to make sure I understand that. Because it's a grabber, which is a large, heavy equipment, are you saying that you don't have capacity in that you don't have the machinery that can remove it and then our mechanics can actually do the repair on it? Is that what you're saying when you say we don't have capacity in order to make those repairs?
Okay, our shop is not equipped with the necessary equipment to perform that type of repair to our equipment. Even though we have a shop, our shop could be determined or classified within the mechanical industry as a light fleet type of shop, not a heavy equipment shop like the type of equipment that we have. And constantly, as we evolve, these equipment change and they also evolve. So if we want to bring our shop into a par for us to do these type of repairs, then we will have to budget to invest that type of funds
To
for us
upgrade
to
our
upgrade our
to
shop.
upgrade our facility. Okay.
That's correct.
So this is just clearly for clarification, so
Yes.
that so I understand what it means that you don't have capacity.
Okay.
So it's not as though we don't have people that's working there. It's we don't have the equipment. Our facility is insufficient in order to make those types of repairs.
That's correct.
For the equipment. Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. If we have no other questions for item number, and I understand this is a discussion between three items, but right now we are on item number 8. If there are no other questions, I will entertain a motion for item number. You have a
Before you do that, I would make a motion to consolidate the three items that you talked about. So we
Okay.
can discuss
Well,
that.
then we'll go ahead
I move to consolidate the three items, which are
8, 9, and 12.
8, 9, and 12.
Okay.
No, it's okay that the discussion flowed between the three, but we have to keep each item separate and make a vote.
Thank you for the clarification, Town Attorney. So,
Picky,
Commissioner.
though. All
Well,
right,
you're
I
the
was
one
trying
that-
to save a little time.
You're the one that was trying to
I
be
like
picky
the
to
idea.
consolidate.
I like the idea, just
gotcha.
unfortunately, yeah.
All right, let's do all three.
Okay, so as stated, item number 8, Commissioner O'Rourke, you may begin.
I move to authorize Resolution 490825 for replacement of the front-end loader dumpsters with, oh, wow, I'm on the wrong one.
Item number 8.
Okay, sorry. I move to approve.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing, hearing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 8 passes. Item number 9, Resolution 490825, replacement front-end loader dumpsters, Iron Container LLC for $25,150. Are there any questions? Commissioner Thomas.
My questions have been answered, so I'll move to approve it.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Any other further discussion?
Yes, I have some questions. You're looking for more dumpsters.
To replace dumpsters.
Pardon me?
Commissioners. To replace dumpsters, Commissioner.
And as I read through there, it said because of rust, non-working parts, and so forth.
That's
Actually,
correct.
Commissioner Linden, because the motion was made, we should have been asking the questions prior to the motion. So just to correct the meeting organization, if we could rescind the motion in the second, that way you can begin your questions. Everything after the motion and the second is discussion amongst the dais themselves, not to staff. So, Commissioner O'Rourke, You're going to rescind that, or whoever, I'm sorry, Commissioner Thomas, you're going to rescind that motion, correct?
I'll rescind.
Okay. Commissioner Linden.
Thank you. Got it?
Yep, no,
Okay.
the mayor nailed it. I didn't even have to turn my mic on.
How many dumpsters do we currently have?
I could give you that number. I don't have it from the top of my head, Commissioner. I apologize for that.
We're looking to replace them, and what I didn't see in here was the number of dumpsters that we're going to be replacing them. I saw some verbiage on different types, but I didn't see any numbers at all. And as we all know, dumpsters has very limited moving parts, all of which should be able to be serviced by us in the town. The rust, a different story, and I'd like to hear your definition of what a rusted out dumpster, what it would look like that would take it out of service.
So typically the dumpsters are refurbished or we replace them. Refurbishing them right now is the cost to do such is similar to just purchasing and replacing the current dumpsters that we have. We don't have a personnel that can go and weld these rusted hose that our containers are now having. So we have to literally contract that out. And as I had mentioned, the refurbishing process right now is just similar in essence of replacing these containers. So we get more out of our buck by replacing them because we extend the life of them than just by refurbishing them, which just allows us a little bit more of time on them because eventually they have to be replaced.
So we don't know how many dumpsters we have.
I could give you that number. I don't know it from the top of my
Okay,
head.
that's all right. But this does not tell me how many we're replacing. And I don't know, this came up a while back, same conversation, same issues with replacing dumpsters. And I just think that it may be, we need to take a lot harder look at maybe if we refurbish it and we're paying our own people labor to do it, so.
No, Commissioner. We contract out the refurbishment of our dumpsters. We do not do it in-house. We don't have welders in our shop, and we don't have personnel that is specified to do such work. So we contract that out.
Okay, you've answered that. Thank you for that question. Sounds like we've got some other issues we need to work on to save the town some money. Thank you.
I just want to bring it to our attention as I was looking at it. I think we have, if I'm counting right, 28 plus 32, it looks like 53.
Approximately, that's the
I mean, because they're...
the numbers to replace, yes.
Yes, the number, and it tells us exactly whether it's white, whether it's 8 cubic yard of dumpsters, how many of them there are for the 25 one. Now, I don't know how many we have out there, but I think if my numbers, if I know how to count, we're about like 55 or so is what we're looking to replace.
To replace, but the amount that we have, our inventory, I don't have that number in my head.
Yeah, but you do. I mean, I'm seeing what you have provided as far as the backup here. Yeah. So thank you for that. But I don't know what's out there.
Okay.
What do we have to do if we want a new one? Just call you?
Well, these are more commercial ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
These are for the
These commercial dumpsters, yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. I was thinking of a movie when I heard that. Yeah, okay. Any other questions? I will re-entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 490825.
I will second.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion amongst the dais members? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
The resolution passes 4-1. Next, we have Resolution 11, item number 11, Resolution 510825, Agreement for Termite Fumigation Treatment at the Lake Park Town Hall with Northwest Exterminating Company, LLC, for $17,437. I believe I heard earlier that this was another item that was exhausted with questions and answers that have been already accounted for and clarified. So if there are no other questions, I will entertain a motion.
I move to authorize Resolution 510825 for termite fumigation.
Second.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, resolution passes unanimously. Excuse my friend.
Does that mean we won't have any more flying termites during, like, at 8:30 at night?
I was just making a note of that to talk about it during my report.
Wonderful question.
Yeah, because we do see it.
Okay. Okay. Next, we have item number 12, emergency equipment repair with electrical harness and control systems, a side loader refuse truck, unit number 51, with 10-8 Industrial LLC for $25,987.22. I believe we've already gone through all the question and answers for that one and have been clarified with everything. So if there are no other questions, I will entertain a motion.
I have questions.
Commissioner Linden.
As I noticed and read through, and I'm trying to pull it up here quickly while I'm talking, we had to replace 2 tires on this also because they went flat up in U-Haul Junction.
I may have to look.
$600 and some dollars. And just bear with me, please, 1 second. Get it up. And
This is what the quote for the vendor, yeah, they stated that, yeah, you're correct, Commissioner. Yes, I recall now.
And we had someone from a repair company come out and look at it, charged us. Did they charge us or did they not charge us?
10-8, they have not charged us yet.
Okay.
They're quoting us.
All right, because there was a $600 that was also in there on that. And they came out twice, actually, tried to repair it, put a relay in it, and it still wouldn't work. All right? And what bothered me a little bit on this was the fact that, and the town manager partially answered it, now that that unit is down, it's costing us $1,200, $12,000 a month. And, well, I think that's a little high. I didn't know the time parameters. Was that $12,000 from day 1 to 31? Was it a calendar month? And how's it calculated? Because to get the parts, again, it said it's going to take 2 to 4 or 2 to 6 weeks to put that in there. So as I read through that, there's a good possibility that we're going to have to rent another truck the following month and bring it up to $24,000. So I guess my concern is I could understand now that we're not capable of doing electrical work why we would have had to send that out. But the tires bothered me a little bit, knowing that we had bad tires on that. I don't know who drove the vehicle to the repair shop, and they want to charge us $600 to deliver it. Is that true?
Yes, they come and they get the vehicle. They do the logistic.
So they pick up and deliver for $600?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Finally up here where I wanted it. I guess that's pretty much the gist of it. It goes into the emergency procurement. I can understand that. But it was the delay, the $12,000 per month, that really bothered me because a while back we spent an exorbitant amount of money with waste management, big money, that kind of wiped out everything that we had in our budget, and that was eventually might have been used the wrong way. But I mean, just get off of that. It's past history. All right. So, all right, it's already purchased. I'm sorry, it's already approved. It was the time frame that bothered me. And since we've used this company in the past, we couldn't get a more definitive answer on when the parts would be there?
Well, again, it's the 2 to 3 weeks, depending on when we approve the PO. So hopefully they could work their magic and have it to us sooner than later than those 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
All right, well, we have to get it done. We have absolutely no choice on this. And it's an electrical part which can break down at any given time. So I didn't quite get a chance to ask the question on the gravel truck, but what was the cause of the gravel truck breaking down?
Wear and tear and the time. I mean, the unit, it's almost 8 years old.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
Thank you. With regard to this item for the electrical harness, is this going through that procurement process also? And that's, again, another, because of that process, we're delayed. And if we had been able to do it with that waiver that I just spoke,
Or if we have a higher
or
threshold.
if you have a waiver for an emergency that's already in the budget, you can waive that procurement process. That's what I'm suggesting. I think that may be the quickest way to do that.
Yeah, both ways would be very helpful for us. Absolutely. If we can have an opportunity to not always have to follow our procurement policy, or if my limit were higher, I could just authorize it and then we can get it done.
Thank you.
Sure.
I just want to say on the record that I do agree with Commissioner O'Rourke, because it costs us more money.
Yeah.
And we're watching the budget, and we're going to watch the residents' taxes and what they pay, but it's costing us more money, costing them more money, and they're not getting the service. So I do agree.
Yeah, I would say maybe possibility of looking at the threshold itself. I know the threshold's at 10,000 right now. Maybe reestablish that, maybe to a higher number.
Yeah, what our plan was we were looking at a number. We were looking at around 50,000. What we'll do is we'll look at what other cities around us also are doing, so that when we come back, there'll be some reference to it. But right now, what we have in our proposed draft is to go to a $50,000 limit. Anything over 50 would go to competitive bid and then come to you all for approval. And again, those are for items that are not, that are approved in your budget already, lines that are approved in your budget.
Correct. Commissioner Linden.
I understand the logic behind that, raising the limit up, but it's just like writing a blank check without us being involved. And I understand the points that we have to have the vehicles on the road. They need to be done. I would prefer to call a special commission meeting versus doubling 25. What is it right now?
10,000.
10. So you want to make it 50,000.
No, that wasn't a suggestion. That was just a consideration. They're looking into numbers. There's nothing that has been considered yet.
You're looking into going from 10 to 50. Is that correct? All right. And
But that would all be, again, that's just what we're talking about now. What we're looking at doing is surveying the other communities around us and seeing what they're also doing, so that we're not out of whack. So, we don't want to be, somewhere where other communities are at 15,000. It just makes sense that we look at the same kind of thing, because, again, if, say we were purchasing a vehicle and we had to go through the process of bringing it to the commission and doing that, another community could purchase that vehicle. And we saw this during COVID, actually in my former place of employment. And other communities were purchasing those vehicles before we could get them, and we kept being behind the 8 ball. We never were able to purchase a vehicle because there were other communities with higher limits, it was already budgeted, so it already went through the approval process, the funding, and so they were able to purchase, and we were constantly, without the vehicles. Whatever we would propose would always follow the procurement policy that you all would approve. And then anything that's not budgeted, so tonight, if any of these emergency purchases were not budgeted, we would absolutely be required to bring that back to you, so you would be in the loop on all of those. The only thing we're asking for is to be able to purchase based on what you already are approving in your budget.
I understand that,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
Sure.
But we're a small town, all right? 2.5 miles, for argument's sake, that we get everything done with sanitation. And our income is a whole lot less than surrounding communities. So I'm curious to see who you want to compare us to, because right now I'm having difficulty comparing apples to apples.
Well, with your procurement policy, a lot of times it's not really about how many citizens you have or the valuation of your community. What it allows you to do is to be able to purchase quicker the items that you've already approved in your budget, because the longer we go through the process, the fewer vendors we have that are willing to participate, which means our cost generally goes up because there's fewer people bidding on our projects or our items. So we normally see, as a smaller community, higher prices. It's one of the reasons why I'm advocating so much since I've been here to piggyback. Rather than going through the competitive process ourselves, we can benefit from the economy of scale of a larger community or a cooperative purchasing contract using 5 communities, their purchasing power, so that we can save money here in our community. The same product that we would want to purchase, fuel, for example, for us is a lot more money for us to buy it individually than if we had a contract that was solicited by Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach County. We then get the benefit of being able to purchase on those bigger contracts. So right now what we're doing is our procurement policy it's dated. It's pretty dated, and it's actually costing us more money to provide services and complete projects because we can't receive the same level of bid, the same number of bids, and we don't get the same understanding that there's more, whether it's work or we have other options to do more things with the vendor. So when that happens, the prices are higher. They're higher. And so what we're looking to do is be a lot more efficient and productive with our tax dollars than what we are right now under our current procurement policy. And I know it sounds like a lot more, but right now we could be spending that amount, bringing it to you, and it's a lot less productive, and it's cost us more because we have other costs that are out there to allow us to offset the needs that we have so that we can continue providing the services through that time period. So and hopefully we don't, as your professional staff, experience, in the areas that we're, never going to do anything that's going to be counterproductive to what you all want or what's good for our community.
All right. Well, while it doesn't apply to this, thank you for that. We'll deal with it when that comes in front of us for the procurement.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mayor, just one last comment.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
The current procurement process, according to these papers, is not, 10,000 is the lower value, and there's an upper value of 35,000. Is that correct?
Right.
For items, are those, but it doesn't, that procurement process doesn't say for items already in the budget? It doesn't have
does.
that language, does it?
It's not very clear.
Okay.
It's not very clear.
And so the increase, if you were to increase it to 50,000, that would be a $15,000 increase, not a
Right.
40,000.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be 50. You know, that's just what we're
Right.
looking at
Understood.
right now. So.
Well, at the end of the day, it's set here
That's right.
on the dais.
That's right.
And it will come back to us, so.
Absolutely.
But here's another question. If we go and look at other towns and how they're doing, are we going to delay this process more?
No,
Okay.
we still need to finalize the text, because what we're doing in our procurement policy is, because we don't really have an SOP on purchasing, so we're building our procurement policy to also be our SOP or
Standard operating procedures.
Sorry. So this way, when I know,
I knew that was it.
I know, and I'm losing it. I'm tired. But what we need to be able to do is when we have folks come in, they know what our process is. Right now, it's so vague. We don't incorporate all of the new state laws in our policy. We need to be able to do that. We need to talk about federal procurement, which, again, when we get into FEMA dollars and doing those types of things, we need all of those things, and it needs to be pretty clear. And that's what we're doing right now with staff, is going through a policy and making sure that it matches for what we need here in our, in our town. And we'll make that recommendation to you guys in the next few meetings.
Okay. So, in a nutshell, it appears we have a procurement that we need to reestablish. We need to consider time of delay, because if we're repairing equipment, parts, and we're delayed because of competitive bid, trying to get things back to this point, we need, it's all a domino effect, basically,
Yes.
in a nutshell. So, okay. Any other questions? If not,
I move to approve the emergency purchase and authorize the town manager to execute an emergency purchase agreement with 10-8 Industrial LLC to provide electrical harnesses.
thank you, sir. Do we have a second?
Second?
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Commissioner O'Rourke.
Yes, I just want to say thank you, Commissioner Judith. No, I like to call her Judith.
No, that's fine, Thomas.
Thomas, okay, I call you Thomas. I like to call you Judith, but thank you for bringing these up. These were items I was concerned about, and the discussion was good. I think we learned a lot about it
Yeah.
and what the real issue is procurement, so.
Yes,
That's
I would
it.
agree with that as well. Okay, with that, if there are no other further discussion, I will say, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Okay, I have nothing on public hearing on first reading. I have nothing on public hearing on second reading. However, we do have a quasi-judicial hearing on Resolution 520825, site plan and special exemption for 2 one-story storage warehouse buildings, a total of 8,952 square feet at JS 1220, 10th Street LLC, west of 10th Street and south of Northern Drive. Again, this is a quasi-judicial hearing, so just to let you know the order of sequence, how it's going to go, we will do ex parte communications with all those that are going to be a part of the hearing. Also, after that, we will have staff presentation. We will also have the applicant that will be doing a presentation. We will have public comment from the public if there are any public comment cards on this particular hearing. Then we will have a rebuttal. And then a closing of the public hearing, and then we will have a commission board deliberation where we will discuss what we hear, and then a decision and a motion. So with that, I will ask the town clerk to go through any ex parte communications, as well as swearing in everybody in the hearing.
First,
Okay.
I have no ex parte communications on this item.
I have none.
I have none.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay. And those that will be a part of this hearing, please stand up and raise your right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter? Mayor
Okay.
and Commission, everyone has been sworn.
Okay, Ms. DiTomaso? the
Good
floor-
evening.
floor is
Thank
yours.
you. Nadia DiTomaso, Community Development Director. I will be brief. This is the applicant's proposal, and so I will be turning it over to them in just a few moments. I would like to review the agenda request form with the Commission, just to present some of the basics regarding this application. So, of course, the department is requesting the Town Commission to consider a request by JS 1220 10th Street LLC, who is the property owner, for site plan and special exception approval to permit 2 one-story storage warehouse buildings totaling approximately 8,952 square feet to be constructed on the property 1220 10th Street, which is generally located, and it's shown up on the screen, west of 10th Street and south of Northern Drive. The applicant's agent is 2GHO Incorporated, and George Gentile is here and will be providing a presentation. The owner and applicant is proposing to utilize this property to support new storage warehouse space for Cars of Dreams, an entity that buys and sells classic cars for charitable purposes. Further, the proposed use of storage warehouse has been previously approved under Resolution 40-05-23, a copy of which has been included with the agenda item, and this was approved in 2023. This new special exception request would propose to increase this use. Several conditions were imposed pursuant to the original resolution, and staff is recommending that these be continued with the proposed approval as well. Of course, the resolution and all of the conditions of approval have been reviewed by the town attorney and have been approved by the town attorney as well. Additionally, the proposed special exception use is compatible with the character and use, existing and future, of the surrounding properties and its function. So that is one criteria that was used in the special exception review. The additional criteria were the hours of operation, type and amount of traffic to be generated, all of which is consistent, building location, mass, height, and setback, and other relevant factors peculiar to the proposed special exception use and the surrounding property. The proposal does not create a detrimental impact to surrounding properties based on what is being proposed. The proposed site plan application has been reviewed by other entities and individuals as well. These include the consulting engineers, landscape architects, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, Palm Beach Sheriff's Office for the Crime Prevention through Environmental Design Review, Lake Park Public Works Department, Community Development, as well as the Town Attorney's Office. And it has been found to be substantially compliant with our land development regulations and our comprehensive plan. The Planning and Zoning Board also considered this application at their August 4th meeting, and they did, the project did receive a unanimous vote of approval by the board, and the Community Development Department also notified the public using the requirements per state statute and the town code, which include a legal advertisement in the Palm Beach Post, as well as certified letters to all property owners within 300 feet. Staff, pursuant to the staff report that does go into further detail, does recommend approval of Resolution 520825 for the site plan and special exception use, and a copy of the resolution, of course, is included with the agenda packet. I will turn it over to George Gentile at this time to provide his comprehensive presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, Mr. Gentile.
Thank you very much. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners, for the record, which you already know, I am George Gentile. I'm with the Vice President of 2GHO Inc., Landscape Architects Planners. We've been working on this project, and I will tell you that I believe that this was the original super value grocery store back in the 60s. And as a 16-year-old who had just got his license and was driving his first little motorcycle, I had to work at Super Value so that I could make enough money to pay for gas. So I worked at that grocery store for 2 years as a young person. Now that I'm only 27, I'm good. So with that, let me just go through the presentation. I'm going to try to be brief. Nadia did an excellent job. This project, the renovation of the original building for Cars of Dreams, which you know is there, and the special exception for the storage and auto sales, which is limited to really mostly online auto sales, and at the car shows is where they're done. It's not done as a automobile dealership here. These are classic, very expensive classic cars that are a collection item. So I will move on as quickly as possible if this works. It may be turned off. Okay, great. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay, great. Thank you. So we're here tonight, as Nadia said. The site was developed in 1967, as I indicated. The building was housed several uses, and in 2023, the Town Commission here approved site plan approval and special exception for motor vehicle sales and storage warehouse. And again, that was for the classic cars. And I don't know why my map's not showing up there, but that's okay. I think you all know the location. It's right across the street from the new Oceana Coffee, and it's got FP&L's service facility to the south, and it has a retail strip center to the north, and it, of course, has the famous FEC Railroad tracks behind it. So I'm going to move on. So basically, we are looking for two 4,476 square foot companion storage facilities to assist in their operations of keeping the cars there. This will be storage for the facility, and it's not really will have any employees. It will just be used by the operation that's there. We are doing structured concrete block construction, so it'll be standard construction just like the original building, and we'll be there. Unfortunately, I don't know why my site plan's not showing up. The graphics, for some reason, Nadia, are not showing up there. I don't. We provided you the PowerPoint, but is it in the backup? Okay. There we go. That's probably why we didn't have this. Now if you could just hit just go up farther. I'm sorry.
Slideshow?
Yeah, just hit slideshow. Yeah. And let's see. There we go. Now we can see it. All right. So this is a proposed site plan. Of course, the larger building that you see, the existing building, is there, and the two storage facilities are on each side. They're oriented to the internal portion of the property so that you don't see any of the doors or garage doors, and they have very similar architectural features to the outside. I'm not going to go through all of that for you. We just talked about that. That's the site plan. The approval originally was for a total of 20,052 square feet. The two additional warehouse buildings will bring this to 29,004 square feet, which is not really a major addition. We're consistent with their comp plan. We meet your landscape open space of 35%. There's 38 spaces provided on the site. Your code only requires 34, but most of the parking spaces were there previously, and we're just renovating the parking area as we did before. Architecture is consistent and will be consistent with this building that was approved before by the commission. It will be painted the color that was originally approved, which is what you see here. And then the two storage buildings, these are the building number one, the south elevation, and this is the north elevation of building number one that you'll see, and then these are the east elevation and the west elevations. The east and west elevations, they're twin buildings, so this is what will be facing out towards 10th. However, we have a substantial amount of landscape that I doubt you'll even see the building that we put in on the original development of the project. We're consistent with your comp plan. I'm going to go over this very briefly. We're consistent with your zoning regulations, compatible with the surrounding properties, as Nadia indicated before. We have our TPS letter. We're not impacting your traffic. We meet the TPS requirements of the town, and your other departments have also weighed in, and the Sheriff's Department and Fire Rescue. This property is used once a year. They do a few events a year, but one for the Sheriff's Department, for Sheriff Bradshaw's charities that they have for the children's organization. They come in here and host that charity, and the funds go directly to the Sheriff's Department for the use. So again, we ask you for your support to continue this, and I will end it there and be more than happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you for that. Next, we will have public comment, which I have no public comment cards. And at this point, I will allow my dais to ask any questions, if they have any, for either staff or the applicant. No questions? Vice Mayor?
In the storage, you guys wouldn't happen to have one of those trucks with the clamps?
No, but I would guarantee you that the owner of this building probably could find the equipment to fix it.
You know, that's a great question, to be honest with you.
I don't have any questions.
Thank you. I think it's someone that's taken over the humor side of things. Commissioner Thomas, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I think really this is a question for staff, because this special exception isn't running with the property. It's actually running with the owner.
Yes.
Yeah. And so with...
It's a condition.
I'm sorry?
It is a condition, and I also want to put on the record, Commissioner, we agree to all the conditions in the resolution.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I have been to the shows when it was at the Promenade, right? Okay. So my only concern here is, right, that we're going to have 2 storage unit there. It's not so much the storage unit, but the retrofitting of the use of this property, right? Because it was considered commercial. Now we're doing a special exception in order to make it more storage oriented, so more industrial, right? So if I were to, because now at some point it's going to become, in my mind, non-conforming, because it's not running with the property, it's running with the owner. So now I have someone that comes in and they say, I need to utilize this property, and we have 2 storage units on there, right?
Yep.
You know where I'm going
Yes,
with it?
yes,
Okay.
I do. And that is one of the main reasons why this condition of approval was written the way it is.
Okay.
So that if there is a new ownership, they are subject to a new special exception process, a new review process that would bring all of the special exception criteria back for
Yeah.
evaluation.
Yes.
So that it can be reviewed, on its own merit.
Yeah, because you know what it
Yes,
will end up
correct.
becoming.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, like multiple storage warehouse units,
Yes,
or
yes,
possibly
yes.
not for personal
on
use.
our main roadway where we're looking to put a lot of new improvements on,
Correct.
right? And so that is concerning to me. So whomever we look at it, and I want it to be very clear in our resolution that as we look at it moving forward, that has to be singular use by the owner,
Yes.
and not multiple use or being subleased in a way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, right?
For personal use
Yes.
only. Yes.
Because then it becomes a huge issue for code enforcement and us. Okay? Okay.
Understood. Thank
Okay.
you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Commissioner, just the reason the former commission put that resolution in there, and we totally agreed, is that this is for that use and that owner. And we understand, and you're rightly so, that whatever it ever changes to, it has to come back here to rectify or do the same thing for a single owner, okay? And we totally agree with that condition. Thank you. Yeah, sure.
On the record, thank you.
Commissioner O'Rourke, do you have any questions?
I have no questions.
Okay. Since we have no questions, we will close out the hearing portion. If there's any deliberation that we need to have up here, please open that now. If not,
No objection.
I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve Resolution 520825 for site plans and special exception approval for two one-story storage warehouse buildings, total of 8,952 square feet, by JS 1220 10th Street, LLC, on the property generally located west of 10th Street and south of Northern Drive.
Thank you for that. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Commissioner Linden beat Commissioner Thomas by a hair. All right, so we have a first and a second. Any other further discussion?
Yes, I just want to commend Mr. Gentile and Mr. Staluppi, who many of us know him and know what he does for the auto, the antique auto business, and we're looking forward to this. I am looking forward to this.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Rourke. If there are no other further discussions, and I also want to thank you again, Mr. Gentile, for that presentation, as well as staff for presenting so well.
Thank you, Mayor.
If there are no other further discussions, with that, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Resolution passes unanimously.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's all the items we have for tonight. Town Attorney comments. Mr. Brett, I am here in substitution for Mr. Baird. You may begin.
Thank you, Mayor. 3 items tonight. The first 2 are informational, just to provide the commission with an update. The first is at the commission's direction, the town let FDEP know about postponing the application to eliminate the deed restrictions from the September to the December meeting. Item number 2, our office, Tom Baird, issued a memo on Senate Bill 180, which has been a hot topic. Tom is meeting with Kinley Horn next week to discuss next steps for studying and evaluation, any amendments to the comp plan or the LDRs that could be affected by Senate Bill 180. And the third item, at the direction of Commissioner Linden, actually I think it might have been the last commission meeting I was here for. You brought up potentially exploring moving from 2 town commission meetings to 1. Our office issued a memo about how to go about it. It would just be an amendment to the ordinance. My question to you, Commission's twofold. Do you still want our office to move forward with that? And if so, is there any kind of consensus on the first or third Wednesday being the one meeting that would remain?
Okay.
And if you're not prepared to give me that answer today, that's also fine.
Yeah, I would say give us some time to think that through.
Okay.
I think that'd be fair, right?
Mr. Mayor,
Well-
what we were hoping to do was try and start the process of advertising and start bringing the 2 ordinances to you all.
Do we have a consensus that we would like to go in this route, Commissioner Linden?
A consensus for what?
Going to 1 meeting a month.
I'm in favor of that.
Okay. Commissioner, Vice Mayor?
If we go to 1 meeting a month, if we need some business that needs to happen, can we recall a special meeting or?
I think that would reserve the second, what normally would be the second meeting, that would reserve that as for that option, correct?
We could put that in the code. You could also call a special meeting as well.
Okay, in that case, yes, and just to put it on the record, I think we should do the first one, because that way if something come up, we can always.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would echo Vice Mayor's sentiment on that one as well. Commissioner Thomas?
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
I'll go then.
Commissioner Work.
I do not agree with this. I think we should stay with 2 meetings. I think they're necessary. We're getting out here maybe in the next 30 minutes. That would be 8:45. That's just one meeting. We didn't really have much on here today. I think we do our business well here with 2 meetings, and I would agree with, I think we should stay with 2 meetings. So.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas.
The only objection that I would have to it is that I just wouldn't want a long meeting, nor would our staff want to be sitting up here until 11 o'clock at night. Actually, we have an 11 o'clock cutoff.
Correct.
But it's intense when you move to one meeting, but we would also have to have a consensus on items that would be okay for us to have on consensus, and how much of the agenda we can actually go through. Because one meeting means a lot of agenda items, that's what I'm programming as, and it takes a lot of us just to get through information. I would like to say that it takes me a while, but I am thorough in going through it, but I'm last minute. And what I mean by that, the last 2 days before the meeting, the juices starts to run. So it just takes a long time. That's all I would say. I'm not in favor of it, but I'm more concerned about the length of time that we have to stay at these meetings,
We could, if this is a consensus of the board, we can certainly do it as a trial kind of thing. I think if you were to survey staff, I think that they would prefer one over. Is that a yes? And they don't want to sit here forever. So we can certainly see, and if we need to, we can always go back to 2 meetings. It's certainly an option.
My only thoughts on this, and in the case of timelines, that if we have to meet on a certain agenda item, and for instance, one example would be some time ago we had a agenda item on the CDBG funding, and we have a deadline to meet where we have to get back to the county on something. Those kind of items need to be good and ready within time.
And the clerk's office does a great job at planning, and scheduling for us.
But in the event it gets close to deadline, that's where I'm hoping that the second meeting is considered.
Absolutely.
We need that. And I know that's
I had something else on the high.
I know that's where you're at with it. So, but that would be my okay. Yes, Mayor.
And also, either way, I'm here if we have 2 or 1 meetings. But like tonight's meeting, to be honest, we did in the consent agenda. We did a lot of educating, and we probably, you said we'll be out here in 30 minutes. We could have probably been out here in an hour before that if we didn't do a lot of that. So if we don't go down to 1 meeting, can we get maybe some education for the residents or something? Every now and then, throw something in, like the safety. They don't have to come on Monday or something like that.
Absolutely, and that's something that I know Meryl's talked to me about with some of the options and promoting and communicating and using videos, and I appreciate that, Meryl, and so we're looking at doing a lot of that going forward.
Video queen.
I would say, though, this is a lot of logistics, because this would mean that agenda items would need to be ready a month ahead of time. I'm just thinking, when we think about it, this isn't like, since we would only be having really 1 meeting a month, it would require a lot of thought that we get the agenda, we know what's going to be on that agenda a month ahead of time. And while I'm okay about receiving the agenda on a Friday instead of a Thursday or a Wednesday, if we're doing it a month ahead of time, I'm just saying, if we're doing it a month ahead of time, it needs to be tight. We need to know exactly what we are doing, because it requires a whole month of a notice. It also would require, too, when we're talking about land use amendments, et cetera, how we program that. You know, that's all I'm just saying, is that we would need to be very tight on what's coming before us because it's that one meeting. Okay.
Vice Mayor?
This is nothing that will happen, I hate to say it, it's no time soon. We got a lot going on right now that we probably need to get situated, like the budget, PADD, the marina first, so we get that taken care of before we do that, and go down to that one meeting.
Do you want to answer that, or you want to?
I just wanted to comment on what he was
Okay,
saying.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
Continue the
Yes,
thought.
sir.
The process we're in right now, we're in budget process, so I think going to a single meeting, I think going to a single meeting right now is a good idea because we're going to be doing budget process on those other, and it would leave an open date for the budget process, which we'd have to do anyway. So I think maybe during budget process, it might be a good idea to go to single meeting.
Barbara, you can exhale now.
No, and what I mean is there would be separate meetings for the budget process, is what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So-
We still have a workshop coming up as well.
Exactly.
Correct. Yep.
Wait a minute, let me see if I clarify this. So we would have a workshop, and then we would have a meeting just for the budget. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I hear you
What
saying?
I'm saying is we would during that budget process, I'm suggesting, during the budget process, we would go to one meeting per month, and then we could use, if we need to do the budget workshop, we have that available to do that as the second meeting of the month.
Basically, the same way he's saying, the opposite effect. Regular
Yeah, but
meetings.
but I want us all to know, we are under a time requirement, when we do budget.
Of course.
Because we need to make sure that it doesn't conflict with the school board, that it doesn't conflict with the county, that it, so there's a lot of moving parts when we talk about budget. So, and the dates for it, because we are mandated on when we can meet. 100%. So, the workshop, yes, but we want to make sure that we're filling in those and we're not going to miss it because of the one meeting. That's all I'm saying. And we have to have our budget adopted by September the 30th.
And our dates are set so that they don't fall on you're exactly right, so that they don't fall on the county or the school board dates. So I believe it's the 8th and the 20, I'm waiting for Vivian. And we have a regular meeting, I believe, on the 3rd. So we would have just
8 and 18.
8 and 18th is our two budget workshop or meeting dates.
And this ordinance would
The
not take
8th and the 18th of September.
This would not take effect until at least October because
Yeah.
we would need 2 readings on the ordinance that the attorney is
Yeah, so-
proposing.
So November.
this wouldn't,
It would have to start at the beginning of the year, to be honest with you.
right, this wouldn't be taking place in September.
It would have to start, if you were going to do it, it'd have to start, because remember now, we only have so many days even after October, then we're in holiday season. Just saying.
Nothing else.
Just saying. I'm just being rather realistic about where the dates are.
For right now, let's delay it. And then after budget, we'll go.
Well, what we were proposing to do is bring the ordinance to you all, and then set the date on when you'd like to start.
Perfect.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay. And then we'll look at is there a preference of the first or third Wednesday?
Oh, I'm for the first.
Okay. What we'll do is, the one thing that I would like for us to do, and I'd like to talk to Nadia, is just to make sure that the first Wednesday does not, it may be better to go to the third, if you don't mind us looking, so that way, if there is a planning and zoning board meeting, we can make sure that that is proceeding.
So those items are heard
So
before
those
they come
items
in.
aren't waiting longer. Yeah. So that way, it's only, it's in the same process as what it would be now. So if that would be my only request, is that we could look at that and maybe come back and say the third if possible.
Okay.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, Brett.
No, that concludes my comments.
Okay.
My brief comments.
Thank you, Brett,
It ended up in a
for your
15-minute
brief comments. All right. Town manager.
I have a few, but I'd like to introduce our captain for a very brief discussion of some of the success he's noticed with his staff and within our community.
I'll be very brief. But the credit goes to our deputies, not to me. Pardon?
Unlike the chief.
Unlike the chief, yes. So when I first joined here in Lake Park as your district commander, I noticed that we had in 2024 a 109% increase in business burglaries. So one of the things that we did was we began a business burglary initiative, making certain that the deputies are getting out of their cars, walking around buildings, checking on door handles, and leaving a little sticky note saying, "We were here. This is what we found, all secure." There's been a couple of cases we found some of the doors unlocked, and we made contact with the business owners, but it's been extremely successful. I've gotten a lot of feedback from the business owners telling us how thankful they are, that they're so pleased to find that the deputies were there, made sure that their business was secured. They were greeted with this little note. Some of my deputies even put a little smiley faces and stuff. They've gone a little out of the way there for it. But I'm happy to report that year to date, we're down 83% in burglaries to our businesses. So credit to the deputies. I did have a little fun with them in the month of July. I challenged the night shift and the day shifts to see who can put the most stickers on doors and make the most contact. And I said I'll buy them a pizza and wing dinner. And nights A won that challenge, and days shift A won that challenge. So tomorrow night, actually, I've got the first dinner, and then at the end of the month, we're scheduled for the second dinner. So that was really fun. So in the month of July, they knocked on or pulled on over 1,000 businesses in our community. So that says a lot. We're only 2.5 square miles. So many businesses got hit multiple times, but it got to the point where our Como Dispatch Center asked, "Hey, what's going on?" We're getting phone calls from businesses saying, "We got a note. Was there a problem?" So I had to send an email to the supervisors to report to them that we're doing a business initiative and that everything's okay, that we're just being a part of the community. The other thing that we're doing is school started, as you know, August the 11th. So we did a little school operations in traffic, and just to make sure people slow down on Park Avenue through our school zone and over by the Lake Park Elementary, the loading and unloading of students in dangerous areas. And the first week was pretty successful, 33 citations, 57 written warnings, and 22 verbal warnings. So the guys are out there, they're making an impact on the community, they're really engaging the community. I'm proud of them, so thought you should know. Any questions on that one?
No, but I think you pretty much gave us a good helping.
All right, thank you.
Not on that, I do have a question though. As my phone started ringing right after the news today, there was a student that brought a gun into Coastal Middle School today.
Yes.
Well,
is there a question there? Yes, you're right.
I
didn't understand the question.
That's okay. I was setting the foundation for the question.
Oh, yes, sir.
When something like that hits the news, all of us, or most of us, guaranteed are going to get phone calls on it. And when it happens in our backyard, 1 block away from Town Hall and the police station, I would just like to ramp up some notifications to the town manager so he could get us some information out maybe a little quicker before it hits the news, that's all.
And Commissioner, a lot of the updates that I'm able to send you all are coming directly from the captain. So he's been doing that. I apologize if I haven't sent anything today. I was working on budget and talking with the commission ready. So if I missed something, I apologize.
Okay. No reflection on your officers. They do a fantastic job. There's no doubt about it. And the residents are starting to notice it too. And congratulations on the school zone, by the way. Keep it up for sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good.
I want to commend you also for that percentage. That's an enormous change in what was going on, and I don't know if people understand the significance of that. That's a significant turnaround. So
I was very
congratulations.
pleased. Thank you. I was very
I'm sure
pleased
you
to
were.
see that. Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask how Officer Pizzoni is doing.
Oh, jeez.
You know, so I wasn't going to tell you.
Yeah.
Midnight A shift is his shift, and I'm
Yes.
buying him dinner tomorrow night.
Okay.
But day shift actually gave out more. So he
Okay.
was a little let down, just so you know.
All right. Tell him I said hello.
I'll let him know you send your love.
Thank you very much for the update. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain.
And thank you again, Captain. Okay.
So
Sir.
a couple other quick things, and thank you, Captain. We have our upcoming sunset celebration on Friday, August 29th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. down at Kelsey Park. As always, we'll have entertainment, arts, food, crafts, vendors, and it's free to the public. With Labor Day coming up, town offices will be closed, including Town Hall, the CRA office, and the Public Works Building and office on Monday, September 1st, 2025. The Lake Harbor Marina will be operating as normal during the holiday. With regards to residential sanitation schedule for that week, on Monday, there will not be residential pickup. On Tuesday, it will be garbage cart collection townwide, vegetation collection north side. Wednesday, it'll be vegetation collection south side. Thursday, garbage cart collection townwide, bulk trash and special pickup collection townwide. And then on Friday, it'll be recycling and cart collection. And of course, we'll put something out on our website and social media and through email. Which, by the way, Merrill and Lamar, of course, in our communications, shared with me some information. We send out, on average, when we send something out, I believe it was it 7,000 or 9,000 emails? Either way, it's quite a few anytime that we send something out. And we have almost, we can do the analytics on the back end, see the open rate. And it's about almost a 50% open rate when we send out an email. So it's pretty good that a lot of our folks are seeing some of that information that we're sending out.
Okay.
Of course, we've still got to get to the other 50% somehow, and we're working on that, and we're looking at different avenues to do that. And I appreciate Merrill's, comments, ideas, and where she's looking to go. She's building a plan on how we can maybe do some things maybe a little bit different, and engage some of our residents a little bit differently. So I really appreciate her efforts and Lamar's. So thank you.
Speaking of the sunset celebration, are we still doing the chili cook-off?
Oh, wow. Oh, you don't want none of
Well,
this.
it was, we were asked, and we were debating, no, I was kidding about you, but the plaque's no longer on the wall.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think I'm missing my
Oh,
championship.
do you have the plaque?
I don't believe you, Mayor, I don't believe you have.
I believe the last chili cook-off. You want to explain to Commissioner Rourke who the last champion was?
No. Who was it? I wasn't here.
Oh, the one that was fixed.
I wasn't
Roger.
here.
There was a chili cook-off that occurred after the fact.
Oh,
And there was there's a plate that's missing a name.
Okay, I
There's
wasn't
probably
there
two.
for that one.
Is there
Correct.
video? Is there
Okay.
video?
There is video of the announcement of the champion.
Kind of like video.
So I don't recall any other videos you're discussing. We're talking about chili cook-offs right now.
I'm sorry to intermingle.
Maybe we could have one on the opening day of football.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. I'm guessing that you're getting a consensus already of.
Hi, sorry we interrupted you.
No, I
Reading.
was just going to say, as long as it's passed in the budget, because the budget starts October 1st, so the event would be during the fall festival. So as long as it's in the budget right now, so as long as you pass it, then yeah,
And what month would that be?
October.
October.
Oh, is that what?
It's Halloween.
I'll be a judge.
Oh, that would, so
You got to be a participant.
if there was a chili cook-off, it would happen in October? Okay.
That's the plan.
No, I can't do that.
Well, as an alternative date in case we all can't make it. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm saying that. I'm saying on record, you cannot hire a chef
Point
to
of order.
assist you with the cook-off.
That wouldn't happen, would it?
I'm just stating for the record. I'm not saying it would happen.
What if you're already a chef?
Oh.
We will see if you are a chef.
Grind rolls to come later.
Hey, can I'm sorry, were you finished?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Are you finished?
No.
Okay, because I wanted to ask you a question. It was pertaining to one of the things you discussed.
Okay.
I'll interrupt you then. You were talking about the holiday weekend, and we had just passed the fumigation part of the, and I'm wondering if that would be an appropriate weekend, since we're off and there's an extended period to do that fumigation.
Thank you, Commissioner. Actually, that's one of the things I did want to talk about. We're looking to start the fumigation on Friday, August 29th, and it'll go through the holiday on September 1st. So what we were hoping to do, and I know that there hasn't been a lot of discussion about it, this is all so quick and recent. One of the ideas that's been requested is to possibly look at what we've done not long ago, where we closed Town Hall and closed our offices for a half a day, so that we can begin that process, have it completed, so then when staff comes back, the whole process is complete and everyone's safe. And we would operate it the same exact way when we did the half day a couple months ago. I think for 4th of July.
When
Good at 4th of July.
We did that on 4th of July, the holiday weekend of 4th of July.
You were going to say something?
Yeah, I think that if we could do it soon enough, Labor Day weekend's right there.
Perfect time to do it.
Yeah, and this way we don't have to worry about staff not being there.
Right.
Our residents will have full service all the time, and that's an extended weekend.
And
When is Labor Day,
we
the
have a
1st?
meeting on the 3rd, so it'll all be done and no squatting.
So Labor Day is the 1st?
Labor Day is the 1st.
So there would be no one here anyway.
We were talking about the Friday before. That's when they were looking to start.
Labor
So we
Day
would
is
do
the
a half a
1st.
day on the 29th.
Yeah, okay. The only reason why I'm saying that, the fumigation is one, but it's really the after effect. It's not so much the day of, it is the day after. So even if you fumigated it on the 29th, what staff would really need to be out, because it needs to be aired out, would be that someone would need to make sure that it's aired out so that when they come back on the 2nd or whatever, because the 2nd would be that date. It's not so much that, it would be the day after. That's what my concern is, because that's the issue.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was just thinking. I was going to say.
Well, I'm thinking Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday, no one's here.
David, what's the day that
So
they're actually going to do?
may I elaborate a little? So the RFP was stated that the ideal date to perform the fumigation services was from the weekend of the holiday of Labor Day, which composed from the Friday to the Monday of the holiday, and resume operations on the 2nd. So we're just asking for that 29. The contractor will need half of the day, in the morning to do the prep, and if we could be out of the building by noon, so that way he could start the process of fumigation, doing it within the weekend, and by Monday, he's been able to untent, vent, and the building will be operational by the 2nd.
I propose that we don't do a half day. Just start it on Friday. It's got to be done right, and we have to assure the safety of our employees. I don't like all these chemicals being thrown around.
But let's back up a second. That has no effect on our employees that don't work in this building. So what are we going? So we've run into this issue before in the past. We've given half a day off, and they're left out in the cold all the time. So it's got to be equal across the board.
And that's exactly what we did for when you guys authorized the half-day for the 4th of July holiday. The folks that continued to work, particularly our sanitation folks, they worked, but were able to take that time within a certain period of time. So they were made whole through the whole, equal to everybody else.
So you're saying it's going to definitely take that long to do it?
Yes, sir.
Small building, 3 days seems sufficient, but I'm not a contractor, I wouldn't know. I know what my house did.
You're going to tent the building, Commissioner. That's all I could tell you. That's the process. The contractor said he needs from the 29th to the 1st.
I missed it last time, too.
And we will still have the sunset celebration, correct?
Yes.
What's the consensus? My thoughts is give you anyone that working at City Hall Friday, you're out.
With the comp time for those that have to work.
With the comp time for those who do not directly work in Town Hall.
Echoed.
Or as provided in FLSA. So
in what?
The Florida or Fair Labor Standards.
So moved.
Well,
thank you.
Hold on, there's discussion going still.
Yeah, I've got an issue with that because we shut down for a whole day and we're already paying 12 or 13, 14 holidays, whatever it may be. We gave another half a day off for the 4th, and it affects the residents of the town who can't get any service that they need. So we cannot run with a skeleton crew. We need to have those here that need to be here. But are we under any pressure to get it done immediately? Do we have an issue or not?
Well, this would be the last time that we could come to you before the 29th to get direction or approval.
May I ask, during COVID, did they work remote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Could they do remote then? Could they work remote?
Some of our staff could, some would not
I mean,
have
it was
access to
they could work remote for whatever it is because getting in here, getting the tents up and all of that is just important to get it done.
Right.
And so if I don't want to lose that time, then could we have those who work in Town Hall work remote that day?
We can do that as well.
And they could even do it as a half day and still the comp time would be.
No. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I need to add something. Can I? Regarding the remote work, during COVID, everyone was issued laptops in order to be able to work from home. At this time, I believe only the department heads have the laptops. Yes? No? Yes. I just wanted to make.
So what happened to the rest of the laptops? Are they in
Right.
storage?
That's a different topic.
No, but I mean,
that's the issue.
I'm sorry.
Each department staff member had to return those back to IT.
Right.
IT then, because they're 5 years old, I don't know where they are, but they would have to be reprogrammed because since then, our servers have changed and they've
Correct.
also changed the firewall. So I can only assume for Paul that he would be able to get the 8 or 10 laptops set up before next Wednesday. But the firewall has changed on those.
Okay, so the turnover would be an issue to try and accommodate all the remaining laptops.
That would be a Paul question, but that's the component that has changed since we all had our original staff remote.
If we were able to move it,
Commissioners, just to make it simple, the idea that we selected the holiday of Labor Day was to minimize the impact to the services that we provide the citizens. We'd rather impact half a day, or if we do it out of this next long holiday, it may take 2 working days, which it will be a Friday and a Monday. So you have more days as interruptions if we don't use this window that we have the holiday.
Which means if we say no to Friday, then you're going into Tuesday.
Yes. So because the contract said he needs 3 days. So
Which Tuesday is an actual work day and not an actual holiday.
That's correct.
So if we sacrifice 1 day, you're only sacrificing 1 day because Monday is a holiday, weekends you're not here.
That's it.
if we were to move it to the Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Now, please
Now,
keep
wait a
in
minute.
mind
Don't-
that.
It's a 4-day weekend.
Oh, well,
The Terminators, or they, go ahead.
Just keep in mind that the Mirror Ballroom is a facility rental, and we cannot keep renting it and letting people rent it with termites flying around during their birthday parties, baby showers, wedding receptions. It's an issue, and the Labor Day weekend is the one weekend where we do not have a facility rental scheduled here in Town Hall.
That's something to consider, actually.
In addition, we're talking about an old building. The longer we prolong the treatment, the more exposed we put the structure of the building.
No, you ain't got to tell us.
Yeah.
Tonight is the only night that we are not being rushed out of here because of the termites. I'm just saying.
Well, I asked if there was an immediate need, and I got a no for an answer. All right, because this is the second one. So now all of a sudden, we got termites flying around everywhere. That's not the reality of it, or is it?
Well, I can say that one day I sat here.
Not one day.
Well, I want to say multiple days, and a termite fell here during a meeting. Have you ever witnessed? Have you experienced that yourselves here?
No.
It was just, as he was talking, one flew right here, John.
It did. One flew.
As soon as he
Really?
started.
It flew right.
Did you have a termite fly next to you, sir?
That's a witness.
Mayor?
You don't believe it. You don't believe it.
Mayor?
Some people mistake a fly for a termite. I'll just let it go at
I'll
that.
put it this way. I think we had a consensus already, correct? If
May
I'm
I?
wrong? Sir, Mr. Rourke.
I'm going to move through motion to do this, that we allocate the August 29th as a full day for those people who work in this building. And I do that, I propose that, and then those who do not work on the building get a comp day instead. And I propose that because I think and I've seen when they do this process of tenting a building, sometimes problems come up, and it may take more than a half day to do this, and I think it's better not to expose those people in the building to that process while they're doing it. It will also give the extermination company additional time to start right in the morning. So I propose that, and that's the motion I make.
Okay. Motion was made. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. We have a second for discussion.
I would like to, if we're going to do that, discussion.
Discussion.
All right. We have budgets coming up. All right. And we also talk about days off, holidays, and so forth. That instead of losing that entire day, next year we remove one of the holidays or days off to compensate for it.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
I think that's a discussion we could have at the time we look at that contract
And if,
in the future.
if it's needed as well.
Right.
Okay, so the,
made
just
a
to,
motion.
just to bring you up to speed, Commissioner Thomas, a motion was made by Commissioner O'Rourke to designate August 29th as a full day off for those staff members that are in this building that will have the day off, and for those that are not in this building that will be working, for them to have a
To be off in accordance with federal law.
to be off in accordance with federal law. Thank you for saying
Thank
that.
you. If you're okay with that.
Okay. It was seconded by Vice Mayor. Discussion occurred. Commissioner Linden stated that if we could next year consider moving the date, if needed, to a separate date, just so that way it can be, we don't have to
No, I don't think
sacrifice it.
that's what he
I
said.
think that's what you just said before, correct?
Commissioner Linden, would
Or
you
next
read-
year?
No, that's not what I said.
What did you say, sir? I apologize if I read you wrong.
We're paying a town of 35, 40 people,
Okay.
giving them a day off in order to accomplish something here in this building. They've already got quite a few legal holidays and additional days off. I'm saying when we look at it for next year, in order to stay solid or solvent, that we eliminate one of those holidays or days off.
Is that part of the motion?
No, that was discussion.
That's
That was
discussion.
discussion, and to be honest, I'm not supporting that.
I'm not even in it.
I'm not supporting that.
I don't want any fumes in the lungs of our employees. It's bad enough we've been up here and I've been subjected to a swarm of termites. And the first time it happened, the mayor didn't believe me, and then it hit him. And then he was like, what is it? It was a truth.
Well,
See
I'm
there?
not, I'm
Oh,
not,
no, wait. You got the discussion wrong.
No, I'm
Because
talking.
I'm
I don't
good-
know. I'm not saying about what they're the discussion. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is this, is that I don't want my employees who are here in town hall to be subjected to any more termite infestation. And if we're going to have it treated, I'd like for it to be treated properly, i.e., if we can give them the whole day off so that the workers can come here and do what they need to do, I would concur to that. I've tried to come up with some reasonable issues, i.e., for them to work remotely. We've been told now that that might not be a possibility, but all I'm saying is that the opportunity is here, and we should work towards that. That's all I'm saying.
okay, thank you.
All right,
Thank
so,
you for that.
No. Can't let it go, man.
No,
Because
I wasn't cutting it off. I was, hold on. If you could give me 1 second. I didn't mean, you misperceived me. I was just saying thank you for your statement. Please go ahead.
I still am in favor of giving him that Friday off. I don't want anybody here getting sick and going through that. I'm saying to make that day up differently as a work day. And the only time that we could do that would be when we look at next year's. That's all.
Okay, so you're set?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to speak to that statement, because I understand what you're saying. You're saying making up for that day, you remove a day next year. I'm stating that I'm not going to penalize them next year on something that's an extenuating circumstance. It's not something that was planned. It's not something that was mapped out within the course of the year. It's an extenuating circumstance that they had to do in relation to the infrastructure. That does not penalize, that should not penalize them to remove a day out on something that would happen. That happens in my building at the governmental center. I work in a government office no different than these guys here, and we have that day. Speaking as an employee, I would be a little bothered if I'm being penalized a day that I've earned due to an extenuating circumstance. That's the way I'm looking at it. I just want to put that on record. So that's just my thoughts on it, just to explain.
Mayor, I have one comment, please.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
So I'm going to look out at the staff right now, and in particular, that is that date that we're discussing, and I made the motion on, was for August 29th. That is sunset celebration. So I see Riuniti Franks here, and I hate to single you out, Riuniti, but you know where I'm going with this one. I don't think you're going to get that break in the building, okay? Because you got the sunset celebration that nice. So sorry. Okay. And the public works, right? Of course. So, nothing further.
Okay. Vice Mayor, do you have anything to add on the discussion?
No,
Because
I
the
just
motion and a second was made.
a little bit disappointed with Commissioner Roy. He said that we were going to be out here 30 minutes ago.
Okay. Let it be noted that Vice Mayor is disappointed at Commissioner O'Rourke for the timeline of this discussion. And you seem to have a pattern going on, sir. We might need to have a discussion later. So with that, any other further discussion in all seriousness?
I'm good.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. So we have things set accordingly.
There you go.
They're taking off the day.
Okay. County Manager, do you have anything else to add? Okay.
We can drag them out if you like.
Is this going to happen if we have one meeting?
Eugene?
Wow.
The United Way of Palm Beach County is also doing a hunger relief month, and they're asking for September, and they're asking for a proclamation. So if you guys are good, we'll bring that in September, on September 3rd.
Commissioner Linden?
United Way.
United Way. Yeah.
They're asking for September as National.
I think you had a proposal here.
It's similar to.
Similar to that.
Yeah, United Way is a good organization. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, yes.
Consent.
And then we did provide some additional information that you guys asked. We've not heard back, so assuming that you guys are okay to not go forward with the proclamation for the Taipei, or would you like to go forward with it?
Okay, as I read this was for the Taipei, Taiwan. Okay, and at the end of it, it stated that the city, and I would say the town, would be their sister city. Well, I can't consider any relatives until I'm able to visit them. So unless I'm able to visit Taiwan, they can't be my sister, because I need to know who my relatives are. So maybe when we have an opportunity to visit Taiwan, then we can call them my sister city, then I can understand this proclamation. Okay.
Okay, that's one. Do we have a consensus of that, or?
I would join in that. I don't know why we're I don't know why we're becoming a sister city to a town in a city in Taiwan. I don't know.
Vice Mayor?
I'm in favor of the proclamation, but I agree with you on that.
When they answer, then we can consider.
Okay.
I just think somebody send you a message and you don't reply or answer.
Correct.
We just wanted to follow up. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
would support no.
Yeah, all expenses paid for us to go.
After my raise,
Minus termites.
budget raise, right, for commissioners?
Oh, that's on my list. I thought you were going
Okay,
to talk
I
about
thought we were going to talk about that.
Now?
Well, that's
No,
not now.
I'm just messing with you.
It's on there.
You were talking about an all expenses
Well, because
trip to
this is on
Taiwan.
it, because that's what we're talking about. It's on this.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that.
Okay.
Commissioner raises.
And the last thing is we'll reach out to you all on the final budget workshop just to get time, so we'll communicate that with you and get that out. So we'll try and do that in the next week.
Okay.
The meeting is up, so thank you.
Thank you.
Are you finished?
I have more things I can go through.
Commissioner O'Rourke.
I really don't have anything,
Okay.
except that I think you should be nicer to me.
I am nice to you. What are you talking about? I won't be nice to you on week 1 of the NFL season.
Wait until he beats you at the. Yeah, wait until he beats you at
maybe the chili cook-off.
Yeah, the chili contest.
Thank you for reminding me. All right. Commissioner Thomas.
This is the only thing that I have, and I did speak to the town manager about it, and this goes in, along with being transparent and informing our residents. Whenever we have a project or we're doing an amendment on property, I would like us to start posting the property, i.e. putting up a sign that's on the property that says that there's something that's coming. And I can understand why in some ways our residents feel that they are not being made aware, because if they're not looking at social media or if they're not speaking to someone, and we're doing it all. So this has no reflection on you, Meryl, at all, okay? I'll call that out right now. But if I'm driving by and I see a sign that's noticeable, then I can actually bring some attention to it and get some knowledge. So I'm just asking that we look at posting property. That's not unusual. That is something that a lot of municipalities do. They post a sign to say public notice is being proposed on this particular property, and those costs are almost always borne by the developer. So it wouldn't be a cost that's really to the town. It would be just like we bill the developer for advertising, et cetera. It would fall within lines of that. And so that is something that I would like us to look at.
Manager.
Mr. Mayor, and just to follow up, Commissioner Thomas did speak to me about that, and she mentioned this pretty early when I got here.
Yeah.
And Nadia and, well, our community development director and her staff have been working on a policy. We've found some policies from around the country and looking at different ways that we can do this. And Commissioner Thomas is exactly right. It's not uncommon to see those big yellow signs. They're noticeable. Public hearing, notice of public hearing, or notice of change in land use or zoning or whatever it is. And so that's something that we are preparing. In fact, Nadia provided me with a draft this week. And of course, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but we will be bringing it to you shortly. And what we're hoping to do is have it in different threshold levels. So for smaller projects, it would be this type of notice. For a medium-sized project, this type of notice. For larger projects, community-wide notice. But on a lot of these, or all of them, the signage, like Commissioner Thomas is talking about, is critical so that the community is aware. So we'll be bringing that to you soon.
No, that's a good idea, Commissioner Thomas. I agree with you, and I know exactly what you're talking about because I see a lot of our neighboring communities that do that as well. So,
just that,
Vice Mayor.
Sorry, just that this is going to be like a COA ordinance. Yeah, perfect.
Correct.
So it won't be a word of mouth.
It'll probably be an administrative policy.
Okay.
Yeah. That we do.
Yeah. So it won't be like a word of mouth. They tell you they're going to do it and don't do it for 2 months. Yeah, right.
Correct. You got anything else, Commissioner Thomas? Commissioner Linden.
Oh, all right, thank you.
They didn't hear.
Well, top of my list is I would like to move all of our voting to a roll call vote. To ask all those ayes, all those nays, if somebody doesn't want to vote, they don't just say a word. And if it sounds like the majority of people are voting, they're going to vote that way. And the town manager and I had a brief discussion about that. And I don't know how it's written that we have or don't have, but it would take less than 30 seconds for Vivian to call off the names, and you either say yes or no.
For the record, Mr. Mayor, the town clerk did look and see if there was anything that prohibited or provided for this already, and there was nothing in the code that that said it either way, that it is provided and required or it's not. So it'd be at your
So
discretion.
it'd be more of a consensus if we all agreed we want to go that route.
In my opinion, makes everybody speak their voice one way or the other with no misinterpretation. If they're looking at the replay of the video and one of us is sitting up here and not saying a word, our vote was just assumed one way or the other, and I think that's just wrong.
I have no problems with that. Commissioner O'Rourke?
Robert's Rules already has a provision for that, and any one of us can ask for a roll call vote.
Well, there you have it.
Well, I understand that, but I would like it to be the norm versus having to ask for each one.
So that's your request, then I ask for consensus on that. Would everybody agree with Commissioner Linden to go in that route?
So I haven't.
Oh, new guy, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I haven't, I wasn't aware of this item, but I would request to let me look into it because I think Commissioner O'Rourke is probably correct. The town code probably says Robert Rules of Order governs. Robert Rules of Order governs the manner in which he said, Commissioner O'Rourke did say. So just to, if you're going to, I think you'd have to codify that. So let me just I would like to just look and make sure that that's not in conflict with anything else.
Simply make that request upon every.
Right, you certainly can do that. You
Right,
certainly can
that's
do that
our
every
discretion.
time.
So Commissioner Linden, if you see every agenda item and you say, I'd like to have it roll call, that's your.
Right, and
that's your oyster.
That wouldn't require any amendments.
We'll do it that way then. Doesn't matter. I just wanted all of us up here to be held accountable for our vote.
Yeah, I don't think
one way or the other.
I don't think you'll have an issue with that, sir.
Well,
All right.
if you look at some of the videos, you disagree. But
Well, that's not true. I would say that if you're not objecting, then you're agreeing. So if you're up here and they say, those in favor say aye, and those that says aye, and there's no one that's saying nay, then they're not objecting. You have already gotten your consensus or the majority rule. So I don't understand the necessity of it.
I think if I'm gathering the reasoning behind this is you're looking for the public is looking for accountability.
that's it. 100% accountability. No argument, no disputes. I didn't say nothing. Technically, we have to vote. We all know that. All right? I'm just saying, make it clear cut. This way, if questioned on it for any reason, it's done. So,
But do we not have the opportunity right now to have discussion? I mean, we do have discussion. Based on our discussion, you know where the position is. It's either aye or we're nay. We do have that discussion. You do have that opportunity for debate. That is why we put it on the table. So I don't really foresee this whole purpose of mandating us to say whether or not we vote A or nay. That is the discretion of the person who's presiding over, i.e., we also have Robert's Rule. Any one of us can say, in fact, during quasi-judicial proceedings, we typically say we want a roll call vote, but we did not do that because no one made a call for it. But typically in quasi-judicial proceedings, that is the way it is. What's your vote? And we call it like that. I'm just saying.
Okay, so then in that, I believe based on Robert's Rules of Order, we vote as such together collectively, but if requested, we go to a roll call vote.
I think also with the commission here, we all seem to agree with.
Correct.
If one of the commissioners wants a roll call vote,
Then we
will
do it.
honor that.
I think that was already established here.
I requested.
Discussion is
Requested
correct.
last meeting.
Correct.
Requested. If you were requested 100 times, request it.
Yeah, and that's within your right as a councilman. So
okay, takes care of that.
okay.
I've been getting some calls and knocks on the door about solicitation. I called Nadia today, but I missed you. I apologize. Do we have any ordinance on solicitation? If you don't know, that's okay. The guy that wants to put the roof on and, even though we have signs, so many people are calling, have signs clearly posted, no solicitation. They just kind of ignore that.
Yes, we do have an ordinance on charitable solicitation, which is the only type of solicitation that the code allows. I don't remember the chapter number off the top of my head.
Okay, that's okay.
But I can certainly distribute that to the commission tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'd like to, if we don't have it, I'd like to add that as an agenda item because of some of the people just dropping stuff off, throwing stuff. So if we had something in writing, I think that would be real nicely done.
It may, Commissioner, can I add to that?
Sure, go ahead.
I think that's a great idea because I'll give you an example. I have a very good friend she's 93. She turned 93 the other day, and she lives by herself. And I come over and I help her out and stuff. But one day she was there, and someone came to the door, and there's a real fear that she has.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person? What are they looking for? Why are they at my door? And so there's a security aspect of it too. So I think that's a good concern. So.
And then they'd either have to, I don't know, we'll talk about it. So should we put it as an agenda item, or do you think you have something on the books already?
It's actually in Article 2, Section 22-31, there's a prohibition. No organization or representative thereof shall engage in charitable solicitation within the town unless such organization shall have complied with the requirements of our code.
Except.
And there's a whole application procedure to be able to do that. Otherwise, it's prohibited.
Except that you can't prohibit free speech. If there's a political person that comes to your door, you cannot prohibit that.
Yeah, that makes sense, sure. But, okay, so.
I'm just telling you the law.
Because I do solicit votes. I go and I knock on the door and
I
do solicit votes.
We all do.
But I'm just saying that is considered solicitation because I'm going to and I'm knocking on the door and I'm asking for your vote. So that's considered solicitation. And I have seen people when I go and I knock on the door, the first thing that they said, it says do not solicit. And I hold up my sign and say, I'm looking for your vote. They say you're soliciting. Just saying.
If I could, there's also a definition under Section 22.1. And the word solicitor is used in this chapter shall include any person, whether a resident of the town or not, traveling by foot, automotive vehicle, or any other type of conveyance from place to place, from house to house, and from street to street, while carrying, conveying, or transporting goods, wares, or merchandise, and offering and exposing the goods for sale, making sales, and delivering the articles to purchasers, or taking or attempting to take orders for the sale of goods, wares, services, and merchandise, or personal property of any nature whatsoever for future delivery, or soliciting money, funds, or subscriptions for oneself or for other profit, benevolent, relief, rescue, charitable, nonprofit, or similar organization, association, corporation, society, or soliciting subscriptions to any magazine or publication of any association, corporation, or society. So I don't know.
So the key to that statement that you just made is the
something.
sale.
Not selling
It's
anything.
selling.
Or
And
you're trying to
so
get
that-
money for a sale.
So that eliminates.
I cannot accept any contributions from
Understood,
my campaign.
but you're not selling a vote. You're asking for one.
So I guess that's something we could have the attorney look at and.
Yeah,
and
let's,
make
if
the
you don't mind, that would be good because.
I'm pretty sure there's. You can't prohibit
What?
political speech. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
when I started, yeah, that's all right. Okay, now, Barbara, thank you very much for sending that spreadsheet on what it would cost to bring the commissioners up to a reasonable pay. You did make a mistake, though, and I hate to call that out. When we look to going to the commissioners for $12,000, you bumped the mayor up for $15,000. So that was nowhere in even across the board. So may have to redo that slightly. But she did a nice spreadsheet on that. Everyone received it a couple of 2-3 weeks ago. And if we doubled our current salary,
Actually, Commissioner Linden, can I ask you a question?
Sure, what?
When you were mentioning about like the mayor slightly above, were you saying that you wanted everybody to be evenly across the board?
Well, yes, our initial was 2% raise, a 10 or a 15% raise, and then a double in salary. So when she calculated that, the calculation was just off, that's all.
Okay, I'm just...
You'll still get your raise, but
No, I understand, but I'm saying as far as a baseline for the yearly.
I believe that proposal, 12,015, was actually my proposal.
Yeah,
And
but
I
your
think she
12
just
was yours.
adopted that.
Yeah, that actually was, you stated that.
18th or 16th of July.
And yet you stated to go up to 20.
Right.
Yeah.
You said 12.
I said
and-
12 for commissioners and 15 for
Right.
mayor. That was my
And-
proposal.
And then also keep in mind, there's the health insurance opt-out, which adds
And
on.
that was the
which
discussion
adds
after
on
that.
on top of that.
Well, and Barbara was great to put it all in there. So if we went to the 12%, it would only, oh, there it is, okay. One more time. All right. So if it went up 12%, we'd go from 110,000 collectively, all of our salaries, to 136, which includes all benefits and so forth. If we went up to double our salaries, it would then go to 190 collectively across the board. The biggest one in there is FRS. I'm sorry, what?
Say on the mic.
So I was saying that when we initially spoke about it, I said this was going to be over 100,000. And it was said to me, no, that was not true. And I specifically said that, yes, it was. It was going to be over 100,000 when we look at it because of the benefits.
But
and
it's
I was,
not.
And I was told that I didn't know my numbers.
But it's not. It's a $26,000 difference for a 12% raise. Nowhere near the 100,000.
For a 12% raise? Are you
Yeah.
looking for a 12? Are you looking for
2%. The Commissioner O'Rourke's suggestion was 2%.
I suggested numbers. The numbers were
Yeah.
12,000 and 15,000.
Yeah, he's talking just the yearly baseline.
So,
Yeah, the baseline for the year.
right. So,
the termite comes out at 9 o'clock.
I don't think we need to fumigate.
It starts to swarm around this time.
so there would be a $36,000 versus a 110, which is a $26,000 difference, including everybody, all the FRSs, workman's comp, disability, and so forth. So then if we doubled, then it goes to 190, which is an $80,000 hit on the budget. Did you find it?
No, that's on your.
Oh.
No, my computer was getting worked on at the time it was sent, and things was going to junk, and so I'm gonna need to have that resent to me.
So the town managers looked at it. We'll be looking at those numbers, and we can discuss it a little bit more at the budget hearings. But it isn't that drastic of a bump. 20,000 in the scheme of things is not a big deal. When you go to 80,000, it's a little different. But there's room to move all throughout there. So, but I'm still in favor of getting every commissioner a raise.
I think I should get the raise because I've been picked on the most.
Well, we
Don't I sound like a sore, never mind. I was only kidding about that. That was just a bad joke, so.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Mayor, that's it for me. I'm sorry, no.
We'll discuss this at the next budget meeting, as you said, right?
Absolutely.
Where that's.
Absolutely.
But that's right from Barbara, so it's accurate.
That's more suitable anyway. So with that, Vice Mayor.
Okay, Barbara, if you could send me that, I didn't receive it. I'm having technical difficulties with this iPad. I have two things, and one, I mean, they were pretty much for the CRA, and the town attorney answered. One is I wanted to see if we can get an update on the PADD and S18. SB 180, but you said you guys gonna give us an update on that, correct? So we good. And if we could just get an update, I remember we in the CRA, if we gave a grant to 903 Kelsey Market,
Yeah.
and that we get an update on what's going on over there because it's a hot mess. A hot mess. So we can just get an update. I know it's been a while. You know, I know it's some kind of restriction on it, but it doesn't look too eye-viewing coming in there. So
Okay, that's a good one. All set? Okay. Just want to say it's good to see, and I forget the address of, but Michael Aram's building. I'm glad to see that moving along, getting set, and I echo Vice Mayor's sentiments on the other property. I'll just say the other property. And again, thank you to all the residents that are coming in, showing us their support as well as their voice. We greatly appreciate that your feedback is not gone unnoticed. And Tom Manager, you have something you want to say?
I did have one more. If
Sure.
And I wanted Nadia up real quick, and we wanted to talk about the 1100. Is it Second?
Oh, 1100 Second Court?
Real quickly.
Oh, yes, indeed. Then I will.
We didn't want to, sorry.
No, that's okay.
We wanted
wanna hear this one.
we wanted to just get
That's
some direction
important,
from you
yeah.
because the terms of the agreement have expired, and we just wanted to get some direction from you guys on going forward real quick.
Yes, and currently the attorney, actually Brett, I've been communicating with Brett on this matter because they were required to receive a certificate of occupancy by August 7th or 8th, and they are nowhere near being completed. And so we have been communicating, and I have been providing that information to the attorney's office, and I believe they are getting ready to address the issue.
let's ask Commissioner.
No, let's not ask Commissioner Thomas.
Brett, can you
Brett, okay, moving forward.
Yeah,
Knowing this information.
Nadia is correct. I've been trying to gather the facts of what has transpired between now and the date that they had for the CO. Once we piece together all the gaps and we have all the information present, we were going to bring that before the commission for request for the next direction.
Okay. Okay, so that.
But at this time, they're not on schedule for what was required. Is that correct?
They are not. They are far behind schedule. And since I'm up here, just as an added note, the update on 1100 Second Court, 903 Park Avenue, I also include those in my weekly updates as well as it relates to the construction side of it.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mayor, if I could just ask Brett one quick question?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Brett, would the need to come back to the commission, would that be to get direction to send a letter of possible default, outlining default? Is that something you could maybe get direction tonight going forward?
Yeah, so I didn't have a chance to discuss this item with Tom before this, but
Yeah, I think it may be better than that we discuss this at a different time.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't adjust it in my.
No, I was just trying to be able to give you the room to go. So.
No, especially considering what we've already gone through to get to this point.
Yeah.
There needs to be discussion.
We want to make sure that we understand the underlying facts and everything's buttoned up before we come to this.
T's are crossed, I's are dotted.
Exactly.
Everything on point.
Correct.
I agree 100% with you since I went through a lot of that process.
Yes, you did. You sat with me through those mediations.
Mayor?
Sir.
You're up.
Actually, I'm going to say I'm good because I seem to be swatting things flying in my area here. So I'm going to say thank you again to my councilman for doing what you do here on the dais. Thank you, Brett, for subbing in. Town Manager, thank you. Vivian, staff, and most importantly, the public. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for holding us accountable. And I mean that greatly and humbly. Actually, we can't at this moment. Understood, but I have
If-
to,
if
I
you
have to
wait-
close up.
If you wait 15 seconds, I'll
yes.
make a motion to adjourn, and you
And
can say
then
anything
you can give us
want.
all the praise in the world. No,
Not
we will sit
necessarily.
here and listen to you at that point. So with that, I'm going to entertain a motion. You're
Motion
gonna
to
stay.
dis-
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.